Hello, 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 everyone. Hi, Diane, Kathy, Melissa, Chow, Alyssa, Susie. I miss anyone here? Hey, everyone. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. How's everybody today? Wasn't today yesterday fun? Hi, Pam. Did anybody do any attending of marathon things yesterday while during World Card Making Day? I did a lot of jumping around, so I watched some of the Craft Roulette World Card Making Day. I watched my friend Lynn's World Card Making Day. Watched a little bit of Tim Holtz, but I'm gonna have to be on the replay crew because yeah, I mean, it was really hard to choose, and then I participated in Lynn's marathon, so that 2 hours was during the time Kathy Z was on, and I was bummed that I had to miss her. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch it today, later, hopefully. Hey, Betty Penny. I'm not sure. I'm looking at the chat on from my phone more than anything else. Hey, Cindy. It seems to be more caught up on my computer, but anyways, good to see you. So the subject of this is this Kendra's card challenge, and I have made 5 out of the 15. And if you've never done this before, it's something to do for one thing, and it's very cool because the layouts are there for you, but I'm going to tell you that this was really confusing for me. For instance, half of a 2.5-inch circle, I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do with this 3-inch piece. I ended up using it here and just hiding that little cutout part because I wasn't sure. I didn't know at the time that these aren't all you cut. Okay, and then the second thing is that as much as we like to say there's no rules in card making, well, there's definitely rules. There are math rules, there are spatial rules. Some of my cutting, if you've got directional paper, might want to not think you're too good to pay attention to the arrows, because I think that's what happened with me. I wasn't paying attention to the arrows, so you get 6 pieces of 6x6 cardstock, pattern paper, and you follow these cutout rules. And then what I did, I wasn't sure what to do, but I made myself 12 little or 15 little bags, and if it had that number, it went in that number's bag. And I'm not sure if that's right or not, but I think it's right. I don't know. Hi, Suzanne. So that's what I did anyway. And then when I got to start making the cards, I'm like, well, let's go to card number 1. So card number 1 only had a couple of little pieces. I think it had maybe a circle, maybe not, I don't recall, but it only had these pieces for sure. And I'm like, well, what else? What's going on here? How am I supposed to get this from those 2 little pieces? So, but then it was my understanding. I don't know what paper A and paper B are. See, it's confusing to me. But kind of the sketch gives you the idea. And I, kind of, took liberties with the sketches because, I have my own ephemera, and I am lazy sometimes and don't feel like cutting circles, stuff like that. So I completed number 1, and then I completed number 2. Where are you? Number 2. So number 2 says to put any shape, image, or die cut. So I layered some die cuts, some Tim Holtz die cuts. Yeah. Yeah, I was definitely confused. I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be doing, so I thought, well, let me just apply some logic here and see if it gets me anywhere. So this piece right here is actually not, it shouldn't have been a directional piece of paper because now my words are going this way. Not that it's really that important because they're so tiny you can barely even tell they're words. Let's see. Let me get it up close there. Thank you. Yeah, the papers that I used two different paper pads. This one, hopefully I can find the cover to it. Where'd you go? Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Where'd you go? Who knows? Oh, here it is. This one is Christmas Bells from Dress My Craft. I had this one a couple of years ago and I loved it so much I bought another one. That's funny, Bitty Penny. So it uses more than 6x6 paper pads because then there's other pieces you've got to cut out. Your solid papers, and some of them that called for solids, I used pattern papers just because I wanted to, and so that's that. So this is the Christmas Bells, and a lot of these papers really don't lend themselves to necessarily card making because they're like a full 6x6 of a whole design. But this one's cool to use just a part of. And this one's cool to use just a part of. And not only that, you can get inspiration from the colors and stuff, and you could cut you could die cut a circle with that Santa in it. Yeah, cut up the cover. Why not? For sure. This one is a little too hot pink for my taste, but man, it's just me. I love this one with the blue. And so this you could die cut, and in a lot of cases I used my punches. But what's cool about a situation like this, and then I'll get back into Kendra's card challenge and what you need to do. I'll take you to her website and stuff, and she's also linked down below. Where was I going with that? You don't need any special tools. If you have a compass, this thing, protractor, you can make your circles and cut them out by hand. So scissors, that, or any kind of template, and a ruler. So primarily what I used were these papers. And then I used a couple from this other paper pad. Where'd you go? I put it. Oh, Lord knows where I put it. Did I already pull it out? Is it already over here somewhere? Yep. Letters to Santa. This is Cartabella. And there's a lot of cute papers in here, too. Any one of these you could use as the ephemera. Or you can stamp and cut your own, because you do your style on these. You put your own twist on them. Like this doesn't do a lot for me, but I do like the red on red. But there were a couple in here that I really liked. One was a wood. I must have used all the wood ones. So just use one or two out of this paper pad, just because that other paper pad, again, it has a lot of, here's a page that, like you can cut out these cool things that are in here into a circle. Definitely you can use scraps. Definitely. And I did. I used a lot of scraps. So this was card number 2. I really, really struggled with this card number 3. Let me find it. And the main reason I struggled is because the impact that I'm trying to make here is kind of retro And this just doesn't really lend itself to well, this is more retro 60s than retro 1800s. So, and so there were a lot of, when we cut these circles, back to this page, when we cut these circles, I only ended up with 3.5 circle, or two half circles. And it says half of a 2.5 inch circle, half of a 1 3/4 inch circle. So that was confusing to me. What does that mean? And I found out later. But so yeah, I only end up with 3 circles in this whole thing, and this is more than 3 circles. But when you look at the sketch, these are not included in the pattern paper. So just the paper B, which is the, one of the pattern papers. So that broke me a little bit, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, wait a second. And it's a really cute sketch. It just, to me, didn't feel like it went kind of with the vibe I was going with, but I made it work anyway. And then number 4 was super easy, and I was like, thank God, an easy one. And a lot of these, I think these little dots are maybe supposed to be embellishments, but I left them off because I didn't want them. I may want some later on. But again, on this one, I didn't follow the rules, and my writing is going this way because I, wasn't paying attention. Nobody pays me to do that. And then this one I took liberties with. I didn't use a circle. I used this little tag that I made last year that sat there. These are these faux metal tags. And I thought that would look cute on there, so I put that on there. And this is where we are today. And I have already lost these 2 pieces of paper. I didn't really lose them. I put them in with my scraps because I didn't realize that they were part of number 6. So here's the bag for number 6, and I'll get these out of the way. Diagrams are above your pay grade. Honestly, though, I mean, when we're talking about, we're coming up on holidays here, and I don't know about you guys, but it's starting to get time to gift giving, and sending out cards to friends and family, and it's a time where I really shouldn't be spending money on myself. So this virtually would cost nothing if you had scraps and, some card bases. You don't have to go out and buy any new fancy dies. You don't have to buy any new fancy stamps. You can use your new fancy dies and stamps. Certainly. And I do use stamps in here. I could use my little Santa face and, stamp them out and cut them out in a circle and use them as a piece of ephemera on here. So it looks like on this one, I need paper A and paper C, which I'm going to choose A and C. They may not go. Let's see, this should be 2.5 by 2 1/4. This should be 3.5 by 3. Looks like I might be able to get the 3.5 by 3 out of that one. And just for the heck of it, let's cut it on the decal trimmer. So first I have to trim down this. And because now I'm looking at this, I can see which direction my paper needs to be. We need to be 3 inches wide. Let's just decal off that little side there. So with Kendra's Card Challenge, what's fun about it is you can win prizes. Did I do that the right way? No, I did it 3. See? It should have been 3.5. So that's going to turn out to be this one. So it should be 2.5. See? It's okay. It's fine. It's all fine. You can win prizes. There's 15 cards, sketches, and you have to do all 15 of them. And you can do them. It goes from this challenge 12 goes from October to December, and you can do 15 cards a month. So you can do it 3 times and enter. And we'll go look at the prizes here in a moment. Let me get this piece cut out. This needs to be 2 1/4. So that's going to be that piece. And then let's find out what paper A is going to be. Got to be something that helps it along. I don't want to do any blue. I'm sticking with reds. Let's pull this red. Maybe next month I'll do blue. We're going to do all Christmas cards because I send out a lot. Okay, let me make sure I do this the right way this time. Let's go 3 1/2. Needs to be 3 1/2 by 3. See, I'm sitting here yapping and losing track of where I am. Mona, you're on sketch 7. That's good. These are fun. I mean, I like a challenge, and I like to do the Call Me Crafty Owl. I like to do the sheet load. Okay. So those will go in my scraps because they'll be used elsewhere as well. That's going to look like that. So I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, I want to go to here. Can I? I'm looking at my live to see if it's showing up there. Okay, there we go. Oh, I see. It's doing a picture-in-picture. Okay, so your contest dates are October 1st to December 31st. You're going to make 15 cards with 6 sheets of 6x6 pattern paper and enter to win prize. It's like a 1-sheet wonder times 6. Okay, we'll talk about that maybe when I'm done. So there's a free PDF file that's linked on this page, and I do have it linked in my description, that has the templates that you just saw. I printed them out. You don't have to print them out. You can just look at them on your phone if you want to. So you do need to be on Facebook to join the challenge. When you're done, you take a photo of all 15 cards and put it in the entry photo album for October, November, or December, or all 3. Just one photo of all the cards. And you have to include all this information. I'm not going to read this whole page because that would be boring. If you don't have a Facebook account, you still can upload your photo to enter the contest using a Google form. So I think that's generous because a lot of times people don't use Facebook. So welcome to use the creations you make using the card sketches on the PDF printable to enter other challenges or contests. I just ask that you reference Kendra's card challenge. So for instance, if I'm doing design team work, I can use one of the sketches, for my project. And so here are the company sponsors: Altenew, Gina K, Cat Scrappiness, Colorado Craft, Catherine Pooler, Pink and Maine, Pear Blossom Press, Scrappy Tales, Prickly Pear, Artful Angel, Brutus Monroe, Lawn Fawn. I can't see that purple one there with the butterfly. Some of them I cannot see, and I apologize. I just don't have that good of eyesight trying to look at it, but you can look at it. Whimsy Stamps, this calls for confetti. So this tells you, oh, maybe it's Crafty Macari. I don't know. So lots and lots of prizes, and it's something fun to do. So here we go. Handmade cards and bonus printable links are to be given away each month throughout the quarter for each sketch. Winners will be selected from photo, Facebook group, blah, blah, October, sketches 1 through 5, and la, la, la. So that's kind of what it's about. Let me see if I can get back to my stream here. There we go. Hi, Judy. Okay, so back to this. This looks like a relatively easy sketch, right? So now I need a 3 3/4 by 3 1/4, and I'll be using a cream colored paper. And I'm going to continue with the decal edge here, just to kind of carry through the design. 3 1/2 by 3. And if you don't have a decal trimmer, look what Mike found me. These are antique. They're really hard to open, antique pinking shears. I think they're so cool. I have a brand new pair. They're really, really hard to move, but I just think they're cool to look at. I love this little keeper thing that's on them, and look how thick they are. My goodness. Okay, concentrate. 3 1/2, so I need to cut it a little bit longer than 3 1/2 so I can decal the other side. And 3 1/2 by 3. Decal this side. So I wanted to, start talking about saving money, as I have way overspent this last forever. That just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem big enough. Did I cut this one wrong? Oh, that was supposed to be 3 3/4. See, you guys? Oh my gosh. Why am I confused? Because I refuse to follow the rules. 3 3/4. 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. All right, we'll get this straight. Enjoy lunch, Bitty Penny. 3 1/4. Thanks for coming. Okay, there, that's more like it. And then pay attention, 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. Let's see how much I have here. Okay, I can do that. 2 3/4. Let's see if it makes the 2 1/2 mark, though. It does. All right, cool beans. So it wasn't a complete waste. Uh-oh, where's the piece that goes with that? Oh, there it is. Okay, we've got those. Okay, so then I'm going to need a 3 1/4 by 1 1/4, and then a 3 1/2 by 1 1/2 flag thingy. Oh boy, that's going to be rough. I have a rough time with those. Let's see, 3 1/4 by 1 1/4. This one 3 1/4. Yeah. 3 1/4 by 1 1/4. Oh, maybe I don't want to. You know what? I don't think I want those deckled. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm going to do my own thing. 3 1/2 by 1 1/2. Let's get the red. Well, see, okay, yeah, I could use the red as long as this is 3 1/2. And it is 3 1/2. Go 1 1/2. Okay, there's those. And then this is a 4 by 1. Needs to be a whole nother color. Let's see, I can't use this one because it's the wrong direction. Let's see what I've got here, scrap-wise. About that, sorry. Wrong direction. Wrong direction. I don't want pink. I don't want that. Okay, I think this one will work. Love and hugs, Bitty Penny. Okay. I have all my pieces cut, and this is going to go directly onto a card front. So, and I'm using either red or craft. Let's take a look at how this layout's going to work. And guess what? You don't have to measure them exactly like this. You do you. That's the cool thing about it. So it looks like this paper would go here, and this one would go somewhat here. Seems to go that way. And then this one would go here. This one would go here. Something like that. Something like that. All right. So we'll get started with this guy here. And I am grunting them all up. So I'm going to move this out of my way just for a moment here, just so it's not so distracting on my desk. And a lot of people I know do these live. I'm too stuck. I thought to myself before I started this, I should probably find some, and Kendra probably has videos right on her channel. But I didn't watch them. I'm the first to admit sometimes I think I'm smarter than I actually am. And that's okay. I'm all right with that. And I was going to actually maybe do some sewing on some of these, but I decided against it because when I redid my craft room, I unhooked my sewing machine and my thread's not on there, and I just couldn't be asked. But sewing always adds a really nice effect. And I don't want white on here, so anywhere where there's white, I'm kind of lightly going over with my sponge here so it's not white anymore. So anything that will show anyway. Okay. This one actually quite a bit of it shows, so let's just get that white gone. Let's turn it yellow. We'll turn it smoky. Okay. And I think I'll use my Fairly Arts because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Right, Chow. Oh, you messed up your sewing machine? Oh, bummer. I have several quilting machines that I had one, and the timing went off on it. I took it to the shop. They supposedly fixed it, brought it home. It was doing the exact same thing. And they said, no, it's not. We fixed it. No, you didn't fix it because it's still doing that. Bring it back. And they charged me $75 just to adjust the timing on it. And the machine itself was only like, I don't know, maybe $200. I just felt ridiculous to spend that. Let's look at our... Okay, it looks like it goes about there. And so I've got a couple of quilting machines in closets that just need a little bit of minor repair. But the one that I use for sewing on cards and stuff is just a plain heavy-duty Singer sewing machine. It hasn't given me a lick of trouble. It's the ones with all the fancy stitchings that want to be crazy. Now, one thing about these papers here is they've got a glossy coating, so they don't take to, splatter very good unless you're using like acrylic paint. You can't splatter them with because I like to splatter with my distress spray. You bought a new one for your mom, Chow? What kind of sewing machine did you buy her? I'm glad Danny can fix that too. My neighbor gave us this really nice bath sewing machine, but that thing just could not be fixed. It was in and out of the shop forever. And we finally gave it back. We're like, nah, I don't think, because she was super disappointed. She's German, you know, and I don't know if you know any Germans or if you are German, but German people are really proud, and they're really proud of their engineering. And, you know, that fact is a German-made machine. And she was sorely disappointed that it couldn't be fixed and that I couldn't use it because it couldn't be fixed. Okay, that seems to go. Let's pull this graphic out again. That seems to go right about here. Okay, I didn't get that on there very straight, but that's okay. Hey, Meg. Oh, I didn't glue it on yet. Thank goodness. I am such a ditz. I do have a watercolor paint that acts like acrylic, though. So, it, like, I have a hard time cleaning it off this. And it's supposedly a watercolor paint. It's their metallics. This Colero looks like it's from made in Germany, of course. Okay. And I think what I'll do here is I'll bolster this up with a bad piece. Just right here on the edge. So that it sits even, kind of. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Sorry, I was off screen looking at you guys. This appears to go right about here. Okay. Now the sentiment piece goes here, and it's a piece that has a fishy tail flag on it. You guys, I don't know. Let me think. What could be a good alternative to that? Where it's still got that interest, but I don't have to fishtail it, and I can kind of keep my decal edge. I have an idea. Hold one moment. I've got this little die right here that is a decal type die that I bet could make an interesting edge. Denise, is it? Hug by a card? Hi. I think it was Denise, or something started with a D, I think. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to grab my Empress here just to make life easier. That way I don't need the tape. Come back here, you. Hi, Peggy. Oh, it is Denise. Yay, me. So I have this like that. It's not exactly straight, but it'll be fine. Okay, where's the other piece? Right here. Like the market made. I went ahead and ordered myself some extra extra magnetic mats for this thing, since somebody was kind enough to tell me that you can cut it that way. I didn't know. $129. You have a Bernina? Oh, see, I would love to have had something like that, because I mean, I used to quilt. That's what I did. Okay, I know there's one more piece here that's supposed to go, and I cut it out of something. Where is it? There it is. Let me go ahead and do that edge too. I don't know who got the Barbie Girl song stuck in my head. Who did that? I do know the struggle. Yeah, I did. I finished a couple on live because I had to. Then made me. Okay. So now I've added just a little bit of interest to those. Let's look at the sketch. Okay, so yeah, it should have an even border all the way around. Just dress those out. Now's the time of year where we're all going to get new colds. The colds that go with everybody having their chimney going. And so your sinuses are going crazy. And the kind, because it's that time of year. Kyle got sick again? Oh, no. Kids, schools, you know, they're just, kids are walking petri dishes. That was the one plus that I liked about homeschooling, is I didn't have to deal with that too much. I mean, you know, a little bit to some extent, but not too much. All right, let's look at this sketch again. So this one seems to go right about here. So it looks like it's going to need a little double boost. Okay, so it's going to need the boost from here to here. I think just grab a little scrap of this weight paper too. So I like everything to sit evenly as best as it can, but you know, without getting lumpy and bumpy. And this will need a boost right here, right there, one, probably about 3. Okay. Sometimes it's really hard to pick stuff up off of this silicone. Nobody sees under here, so it doesn't matter that you didn't cut the paper perfectly. I think I'll need another thinner piece. Okay, that goes right like yay. Should come up a little right about there. It's close enough. Close enough. Let's put these two together. These are going to go like yay. And then I have to have something on here. So we have to decide on how I want to go about decorating there. I homeschooled my youngest when he was in high school, but mostly because he kept getting in trouble at school. And I kept getting tired of him getting in trouble in school. That's going to go like that. So now let's look at some embellishments here before I glue that down in case I want to tuck something underneath it. I've got my Tim Holtz stuff here. And there's a lot of it. But I needed to, also kind of go with my theme. And I should have let this glue dry before I put these in here. I'm not that smart, though. That one doesn't quite go because it's not shiny. So moving right along, we've got this cool piece. Like, what if it was like that? Maybe. That's a maybe. Got a lot of these cool pieces. I should probably stay in view, huh? I think that one's way too big, but I kind of like it. Kind of like that. I don't know. It looks a little weird right there. Let me see the other one. That's exactly the same. There's more like this. We'll find them. There's a little ribbon. Could go something like that. Maybe. I don't think I want a deer on there. That could be our sentiment. Could put a star on there. This could be the sentiment. Nah, that would look weird. Might use one of those. So might just do a little bit of collage here. And this is how you make it your own. Oh, I love this one. Nothing back here. All right, let's see. Let's see what I took out. You like the pine cone over the poinsettia? I like the pine cone too. I just didn't like the way it looks sticking down. Let's look at it again. Let's take a second look. Maybe. Wait, did those go? Waited just a darn minute. Mike! He's got his YouTube blast. Okay, so if they go two different, okay, cool beans. They go two different directions. That's even better. Let's see here. Oh, this is supposed to go in like that, but maybe I'm going to have it go over like that. See, I don't have to make it exactly like the... Yeah, I could trim it down. Or I could move it around. I don't want to cover that Christmas. I'd rather cover this red. Even though I like red, red's my favorite color. Let's see here. That's not going to fit on there if I do it that way, but where'd my star go? Oh, there it is. All right, I'm going to need my extra fingers. I can't pick that up. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of liking that. All right, let's move this out of the way again. So these are the parts where there are no rules because, you know, when you're decorating, it's yours. I do want that on there straight. I do have a little bit of a OCD about stuff being straight. I just try and decide whether I want the pine cone to show or not. I kind of do. But then I cover up my Christmas. If I go this way, though, it looks like it's coming from nowhere. And that kind of bothers me, too. Let's just pull it in a little. I'll mess with it until I'm happy. You guys know that. No, not like that. Not. Yeah, it does look weird sticking out. It looks rather... I'm not going to use the word here. I'm just not. Come on. All right. You don't have to do all this. You can just leave it the way it is. Now, where was I? How did I have this? One thing about Barely Arts is you do have to give it a few seconds to dry, and that doesn't bother me. Because then I have a chance to move things around if I need to. See, I sort of covered my fancy little thing there, but it doesn't matter. I think I'm going to pop this up. I want to pop it with... I don't want to pop it too high. Looking for my low profile ones. Here they are. No, those are high profile. I know I have some big ones that are low profile. They have decided to grow legs. Okay. We'll just go back to these. Hey, Brian. Good to see you. Little scissors. So I send out probably At least 100 Christmas cards every year. It's basically the only time I do corresponding. I mostly forget to send people a birthday card. It's not that I forgot their birthday, it's just I forgot to send a card. And that, that's family included. I'm just a space cadet. I will go so far as to make you a birthday card specially and then forget to send it. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I like that popped up. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, now very carefully set that on there. I think we'll do some splattering before I put my cinnamon on and my star. But it's not going to stick to any of these if I use my, so I'm going to use, I know. Let me find a Posca pen. Where are my Posca pens? Here they are. I have a, well, that's kind of purple. I don't want purple. I thought it was brown. Yeah, I do have a brown one. Let's see if I can get this to work. This will stick. Okay, let's get it going. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, that was a little bit more than I wanted. Yeah, well, it is what it is, right? I've already done it. I have white. I just don't want to. I don't want any white on here. Otherwise, I would have. Yeah. Let me throw a little gold on here too. And well, these are hard to get off. Get it going. Oh yeah, definitely like the gold. I like the smell of these. Maybe you don't. They really smell strong. Woo! Now that I should clean up real quick. Grab an alcohol wipe. Come on out. This stuff will stick to anything because it's basically paint. These other little spatters on here, I'm stuck with them because I threw them on there and they're not going anywhere. If I try to wipe it off, I'll just make a bigger mess. Okay. This is wet, so I want to be careful with it. I could probably throw some embellishment over it, and I might. I just might. Where's my little star? I keep losing. I'm just going to wipe this off right now before I have a terrible, terrible accident. Oh, thank you, Diane. Interesting is a nice way to put it. I think I'll pop that up. And I think what I can do here, is I can totally cover that with this, like that. Yep, I'm going for it. I don't like that. That was a bad mistake. It happens. We have them. You don't like that, Cindy? I do. I like it. I didn't like the the color of that brown. I don't mind the brown, just not that shade. It's kind of wrong. It's kind of wrong. Okay, we'll pop up the little star. There. Let's see if I can do anything about that space right there. Oh, Jeanette. Yeah, I think I may be able to. Fix this. Probably should wait for it to dry the rest of the way. I'll wait for it to dry and I'll sand it off. So there, that's that. That's the that's number 6 in Kendra's card challenge. So you can see that it's the layout. You're trying to make a special request card. Well, I'm at a special request card for who? Can I get one? I want one. So, oh, you're making a special request card. Okay. Yeah, I'd like a special card. So I hope you guys consider trying Kendra's card challenge. Or at least if you don't do that, and this is number 12. I've never done it before, but I have been doing Crafty Owl sheet loads, which are much easier. So can do those too. Excuse me. Thanks, everyone. Any questions? No? There. Look there. Yeah, my old man does the outside work. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, listen, thank you for coming and letting me hang out in your space today, in your crafty space. I hope that you are inspired or at least entertained. Don't forget to follow the rules, or don't follow the rules and pay the consequence. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all around the rooms. Take care. Bye-bye.